If you have trouble sleeping or have insomnia, listen to this prayer until the end, and you will see how sleep comes to you in just 3 minutes. Before continuing, please close your eyes, take a deep breath, and allow your whole body to begin to relax. Let each word envelop you with peace and bring you closer to the presence of God. If this prayer brings rest to your soul, give us a like and subscribe to continue receiving a word every night that helps you sleep with a calm and full heart. Let us pray. Lord, here I am again, in silence, lying with the lights off, looking for your voice among my thoughts that still do not stop. I do not know where to start, but I know that I need to talk to you before closing my eyes. Today I felt many things, and I do not want to carry any of them tonight. I just want you to listen to me, without like that father who knows everything, but still enjoys when his son dares to tell him his day. My soul weighs a little. I'm not going to lie to you. It has not been a terrible day, but it was not easy either. Some words hurt me more than they should, and others that I carry in my chest. Lord, can you help me let go of that? I do not want to take it to the pillow, or let it mix with my dreams. I give it to you, like this, without form, without explaining it well, because you understand even what I do not know how to say. Today it was difficult for me to have patience. I was frustrated by small things, and sometimes I felt that I was not doing anything right. But you know me, you know that I try, although sometimes I get tired, or doubt, or that impulse to compare myself with others. Lord, can you look at me with your tenderness tonight? I need to remember that I am enough for you, even on days when I do not feel like that myself. Thanks for the moments of peace that I had today. There were moments, although short, in which I felt calm, perhaps when I smiled without thinking about it, or when I felt the cool wind enter through the window. Thanks for those details that only you know that speak to me. I want to learn to notice them more, not to let them pass unnoticed by the noise of the day. I also want to ask you for the people who were close to me today. Some gave me joy, others put me to the test, but all, in some way, are part of my story. Help me to see them with compassion, not to hold a grudge for small things. I want to sleep without bitterness, without pending accounts, with a light heart, like when one takes a deep breath after releasing a load. Father, you know that there are things that I have not told anyone. There are thoughts that I keep, because I do not know if they would understand. But tonight, in this safe space that only you and I share, I dare to open my soul. There are wounds that continue to hurt, and there are fears that it is difficult for me to face. I do not ask that everything change suddenly, just that you hug me as I walk inside myself. I know that sometimes I get distracted, and that I spend more time worried than praying. Forgive me if today I was more connected to the world than to you, but even so, here I am, at the end of the day, looking for your presence as someone looking for the last lighthouse lit in the middle of the darkness. Do not let me go to sleep without reminding me that you are here, that your love is not exhausted, that there is no distance between us. I want to give you my thoughts. Some are restless, others go around without finding a way out. Lord, can you order them with your peace, like one who puts everything in its place before going to sleep? Come and silence my mind with your soft voice, as if you were rolling me with words of life, that every idea that does not come from you go away, and that only what builds remains, what heals, what brings rest. Today I saw things in me that I did not like, but I also discovered strengths that I did not know I had. Sometimes I feel divided between what I am and what I want to be, but if you are with me, I know that I can continue to grow. I do not want to give up or lock myself in guilt. I want to learn, advance, heal little by little, with your guidance. Give me grace to be patient with myself. In the silence of this night, I need to hear that I am not alone. I know that many are praying right now too, that there are hearts looking for you from different parts of the world. But I want to believe that you also see me, that my words matter, that this intimate moment with you has value. Thank you for lending me your ears, for inclining to listen to one like me, small but loved by you. Lord, if tonight you come to speak to me in dreams, let them be dreams of hope. If you decide to visit me with your peace, let it stay all night. If you send your angels to surround my room, let me feel their presence like a whisper of security. And if nothing extraordinary happens, I still thank you, because knowing that you are with me is already a sufficient miracle. There are things that worry me in the morning, and others that I still do not know how to solve. But I do not want to sleep with anxiety. I want to rest knowing that you are already in the next day, that nothing will take me by surprise if you go ahead. I give you what will come. I do not understand everything, but I trust you. Make me remember that while I sleep. Thank you, Lord, for holding me even when I feel like I'm falling apart. Thank you, because even in my worst days, your love does not change. Thank you for your patience, for your new mercy every morning. And thank you, because tonight I can lie down in that truth like someone lying on a mattress of peace. May I rest knowing that it does not depend on me to sustain the world. If tonight I wake up with fear, with agitated thoughts, or without reason, remind me that I can return to you over and over again, that I do not bother, that I do not interrupt, that it is never late or inopportune for you. Make me like a child who knows where to run in the middle of the darkness. Let my first reaction always be to look for you, not to run away. And now, Lord, I have no more words. Only the sigh remains. I surrender myself to you as I am, without masks, without defenses, without speeches, only me and you. How relieved to be able to be like this with you. May I rest knowing that I do not need to impress anyone who already knows every corner of my being. Good night, Lord. Thank you for staying with me. Lord, I'm still here, lying down, feeling how the body begins to give in to fatigue, but my soul is still awake, looking for you, wishing to remain a little longer in your presence before the sleep envelops me completely. There is something in these silent nights that makes me feel closer to you, perhaps because when everything goes out, only you and I remain, and in that sacred space, my heart dares to speak without filters. Sometimes I wonder if you are as close as they say, or if I am the one who moves away unintentionally. But at times like this, when the day is over and I can no longer pretend strength or control, I feel that you are. Perhaps not with thunder or visions, but with a peace that I do not know how to explain. A peace that begins to cover me like an invisible blanket, as if you told me in my ear, I am here, rest, my son. Tonight, Lord, I do not ask you for great miracles, only that you accompany me. May you be with me in the simple, in this bed, in this room, in this slow breathing that takes me to rest. I want to feel that your presence fills this place, that your arms surround me, that your spirit blows softly to quieten every corner of my mind and heart. There are thoughts that still visit me, like echoes of the day that refuse to be silenced. Repetitions of what I said, what I heard, what I did not know how to handle. Lord, can you take those memories and wrap them in your mercy? I do not want to sleep tied to what I cannot change. Teach me to let go of what does not belong to me, and to rest in the truth that you work even when I sleep. Sometimes I feel insufficient, not because someone tells me, but because I demand more of myself. I judge myself for what I did not do, for what I did wrong, for what I should have done better. But you are not like me. You do not look at me with judgment, but with compassion. Make me see tonight with your eyes, to be able to forgive me, to be able to rest without burdens. Thank you for your patience with me. Sometimes I take a long time to understand. It is difficult for me to trust. I get distracted easily. But you do not get tired of me. You do not scold me harshly, but you correct me tenderly. Let me comfort you to know that I am not a disappointment for you, even when I do not understand myself. Tonight, Lord, I want to sleep under that certainty. I know that not everything is resolved, that there are things that await an answer, decisions that I still do not know how to take, situations that seem stagnant. But I do not want that to rob me of rest. You did not call me to carry it all alone. So I give you my mental list, my pending, my questions. Take care of them while I sleep. I know that everything is safe in your hands. Today I heard things that made me doubt, and others that did me good. There are words that remain turning around, trying to define who I am. But I want your voice to be the one that resonates the most in me. Remind me who I am to you. Beloved son, accepted, valuable, not for what I do, but for what I am. Tonight I want to sleep clung to that identity. Father, sometimes I am afraid. I do not always admit it. But there are nights in which the future scares me, in which uncertainty weighs. I want to trust, but my mind goes ahead and builds scenarios that take away my peace. Today I do not want to do that. Today I want to let you go ahead, that you lead, that you take care of tomorrow. Let me rest in your sovereignty. There are also good things that happened today, and I do not want them to go unnoticed. A kind gesture, an unexpected moment, a moment of silence that did me good. Thank you, Lord, because in the middle of everything there is always something to be grateful for. Help me not to be blind to your goodness, to recognize that even on gray days there are always flashes of your fidelity. I want to ask you for those who cannot sleep tonight, for those who cry in secret, for those who struggle with dark thoughts, for those who feel that the night is too long. Embrace them, too. Lord, may your presence reach them wherever they are. May no one go to bed tonight without knowing that he is loved, that there is hope, that he is not alone. If there is something in me that needs to be healed, do it tonight. While I sleep, work in the deep. Heal my emotions, renew my mind, strengthen my spirit. Make me wake up tomorrow with a peace that does not come from physical rest, but from the divine touch that only you can give, as if tonight were an act of sacred restoration. I do not want to use this prayer just to talk to you. I also want to listen to you. If you decide to speak within me, let my soul be attentive. If you speak to me in dreams, let me remember them. If you only surround me with silence full of your presence, let that also fill me, because sometimes your silence says more than 1,000 words, and it is enough to know that you are here for everything to be fine. Thank you, Lord, because I can end this day with you. Because it does not matter how it started, I can close it in peace if you are present. I surrender again, like a tired child lying down next to his father. I do not have to have all the answers. I just need to know that you love me, and that is enough for me to sleep in peace. And now, as the eyelids become heavier and my body begins to give in, I leave this prayer in your hands. What I could not say in words, I put it in your heart. I know you listen to me. I know you understand me. And that's enough. Good night, Lord. Stay with me. Lord, now that everything is in silence, I feel like my heart becomes more transparent. I no longer have to pretend anything. There is no one to look at me, no one to evaluate me. Only you and me, and that gives me peace, because I know that I do not have to impress you. You know me as I am, without ornaments, without speeches. You see me tired, sometimes confused, but you still love me. Thank you for that, Lord. It heals me to know it. Today I had moments when I felt that I could no longer, even if it seemed that everything was fine. Maybe no one noticed it, but there were thoughts that exhausted me more than any task. You saw them, didn't you? You were there, even if I didn't feel you. Thank you for staying close, even when my faith weakens. Tonight, I want to give you every invisible weight that I carried, every anguish that I did not say out loud. There are days when I feel disconnected, even from you, as if all the spiritual was far away, as if praying cost me more than normal. But you do not demand perfection from me, nor a faith lit up all the time. You only ask me for honesty, and that I do have to give you tonight, a sincere heart, although sometimes insecure. Thank you, because you value that more than any appearance of strength. I ask you to bless my rest, that it is not only a physical dream, but a deep rest for my soul, that while I sleep, your hands work on me, that you clean what needs to be cleaned, that you heal what is still broken, that you prepare me for the day to come. Make tonight not just a pause, but a real restoration. You know what I need more than myself. Sometimes, Lord, I fear what I do not understand. There are situations that have no explanation, things that I do not know how to handle. But if you have taught me is that I do not need to have all the answers to rest. I just need to trust that you do have them. So tonight, I choose to stop looking for why and start trusting you for what. Give me peace even without understanding. I remembered people who are no longer so close. Some moved away by distance, others by differences, others because life simply changed. Some still hurt me. I give them to you, Lord. Keep them where they are, and if they ever have to return, let it be in your time, with your purpose. Heal also what was left unclosed, without saying, without solving. I do not want to sleep with open wounds. Lord, thank you for the moments in which you held me without me realizing it. Those times when I was about to give up, but I kept going without knowing how. I know it was you. I know you were that invisible impulse, that extra force that did not come from me. I recognize your hand, even in the details that at first I did not understand. And that is why I want to go to bed today with gratitude. I also want to talk to you about my dreams. Not those that I have when I sleep, but those that I keep in my heart. Sometimes I doubt if they are too big, or if I am too far from them. But if they come from you, I know that nothing is impossible. Do not allow fear to extinguish them, nor let frustration bury them. Revive in me the desire to move forward, to believe again, to trust that the best is yet to come. Father, there are times when I do not know how to pray. I get tangled up in words. I get distracted. I get tired quickly. But tonight I feel that talking to you does not need a formula. I just need to be real. Just like now, in this bed, with this desire to be heard. Thank you, because you do not ask me for perfect prayers, but willing hearts. Here is mine. Thank you for this safe space where I can rest without masks, where I can be vulnerable without fear, where I know that I am loved not for what I do, but for who I am in you. Thank you, because in a world where everything seems to demand performance, you only ask me for surrender, and that is what I want to give you tonight. Surrender me to your love, to your peace, to your constant care. Help me not to run so much in life, not to fill my days with things that empty me, to leave space for what really matters, for you, for my soul, for the people I love. May the rest of this night remind me that I was not created to live exhausted, but to walk with you in peace, without haste, without anxiety, with purpose and direction. There are emotions that I do not know how to handle completely. Sometimes sadness arrives without warning. Other times, anger hides behind fatigue. Lord, I also give you that. Teach me to recognize what I feel without fear, to invite you into my interior without shame, to let you teach me to be free, not from control, but from surrender. Tonight I also rest my emotions in you. I want to ask you for my family. Lord, each of them with their own struggles, their own burdens. You know them better than I do. Visit them tonight. Protect them. Fill them with your peace. And if any of them also lies down with a mind full of noise, speak to them in depth. May we all be able to sleep knowing that we are under the same shelter, that of your perfect love. Thank you for not getting tired of me, for still looking for me when I get distracted, for still loving me even though I sometimes forget how much I am worth to you. Tonight I do not stay with guilt, nor with fear, nor with pressure. I stay with your grace, that which cleanses me, restores me, and raises me up again. What a beautiful rest it is to know that I do not depend on myself. And now, Lord, I let the dream come. I do not want to resist it. I want to receive it as a gift from you. May my last thoughts be of gratitude, not of concern. May my last sighs before going to sleep be directed to you. Stay with me as you have been all day, although I have not always noticed it. Good night. Lord, my soul rests in you. Lord, I do not want this night to end without you knowing how much I need you. Sometimes it is difficult for me to admit it, because I try to show strength, to pretend that I have everything under control. But now, here lying down, without defenses, I recognize that without you, I cannot. I cannot carry only my thoughts, my decisions, my fears. You are my support, even when I forget to lean on you. Tonight, I surrender again in your presence. There is something in the nights that makes everything more sensitive. The emotions are amplified, the memories return, the silences speak louder. And it is right there where I need you the most, where I wish you to come and put your hand on my chest and tell me that everything will be fine, that I do not have to understand everything tonight, that it is enough to know that you are here, watching over me. Sometimes it is difficult for me to receive your love. I am so used to winning everything, to showing that I am worth it, that I forget that your grace is not won, it is received. Teach me to accept that you love me unconditionally, that I do not have to make merits for you to stay, that even in my weakest moments, you look at me tenderly. Tonight, I want to rest not because of what I have done, but because of what you are. Thank you for staying, even in my silences. Thank you because you do not abandon me when I do not want to speak, because you do not offend me when I only sigh, when I am short of words, when I only close my eyes and tell you with my soul, here I am, Lord, that I comfort, knowing that you know me so well, that even what I do not say, you understand it. I also give you my body, Lord. This body that sometimes I do not hear, that I overload, that I ignore when he asks me for rest. Make this night restorative, that each cell is renewed, that each muscle relaxes, that the dream is not only mental, but physical. Touch my head, my eyes, my back, my legs, that everything in me is restless with your healing touch. I know that while I sleep, you do not, that your gaze is on me even when I am no longer conscious. What a beautiful mystery it is to know that I can close my eyes without fear, because yours are still open, attentive, watching with love. Thank you for being that silent guardian, that permanent refuge, that God who does not get tired of taking care of his own. This night, Lord, I want to let go of all control. It is useless for me to try to solve in my mind what only you can order. It is useless for me to worry about what is not happening yet. I want to sleep with my hands open, as a sign of total surrender, without clinging, without holding back, only trusting, because if you are in command, then I can really rest. There are times when I feel alone, even if I am surrounded by people. But tonight, I do not want to focus on what I lack, but on what I have. I have you, and having you changes everything. Your company is not like anyone else's. He knows me, he supports me, he lifts me up, he hugs me. Stay with me all night, even in dreams, know that you are by my side. I also ask you, Lord, to help me forgive. Sometimes there are people who have hurt me, and I continue to keep those marks in my heart. I do not want resentment to rob me of rest. Teach me to let go, not because they deserve it, but because I deserve peace. If tonight I can take one more step towards forgiveness, do it in me. I do not want to lie down with burdens in the soul. Thank you for the little miracles that I often do while sitting, for the roof over my head, for the air I breathe, for the bed in which I rest, for every heartbeat that happens without me controlling it. All that speaks to me of your silent fidelity, of your constant provision. Help me not to forget that living is already a gift, and sleeping in peace is a blessing. Lord, sometimes the desire to do more, to be more, to achieve more, invades me. But tonight I do not want to think about that. I want to understand that resting is also part of obeying you, that it is not always about moving forward, but about stopping in you. Teach me to value these moments when I do nothing, but I receive everything. Because in your rest, my soul is ordered. I give you my mistakes of the day, what I said without thinking, what I did not do out of fear, what I ignored in a hurry. Forgive me, Lord. I do not want to hide it or justify it. I just want you to take it, to clean it, to help me do it better tomorrow. Thank you, because you do not define me by my mistakes, but by your love. And that gives me hope to sleep without guilt. There are so many things that I do not understand, but you do not ask me to understand. You ask me to trust. So tonight I leave my questions aside and embrace your presence. I do not need to have clarity. I just need to have communion. Because when I am with you, even chaos becomes bearable. And if you are in the middle of my night, then I can sleep without fear. Lord, I want this prayer not to be just for tonight. I want it to become a habit, that every time I go to bed I can return to you, that I get used to ending my days with you, as one who says goodbye to the one he loves most, with the certainty that love continues even while I sleep. Make me constant, not perfect, but constant in looking for your face. And now, when my body is almost asleep and my soul feels at peace, I just want to say thank you. Thank you for staying. Thank you for receiving me. Thank you for listening to me. Good night. Lord, my heart rests in you. Lord, every time I speak to you like this, without structure, without fear, I feel as if something inside me calms down. I don't know if it's my mind, my soul, or everything together, but it's as if when I name you, everything else loses power. Worries diminish, fears dissipate, and all that remains is the certainty that you are here, and that, by itself, already gives me rest. Today I understood that I do not need to be strong all the time, that even in my weakness you are present, that you do not expect everything to be resolved. You also accompany me in my disorder, in my processes, in my gray days, that I am relieved to know that you do not demand perfection from me, but sincerity. That I can present myself to you as I am, tired, restless, fragile, but your son at last. I also give you those questions that I ask myself before going to sleep. Am I on the right path? Am I making the decisions that I should? Am I listening to your voice or just my fear? Sometimes I don't have clarity, Lord, but in the midst of that fog, I just want you to take me by the hand. Even if I don't see the way, if I go with you, then I know I'm safe. Tonight, I ask you to cover me with your peace like a blanket, that it is not a superficial peace, that it goes away with any thought, but a deep peace that envelops me inside and out, that every corner of my mind is touched by your stillness, that even my dreams are full of light, that tonight there is no space for anxiety, only for rest in you. Lord, I also give you my expectations. Sometimes I expect so much from others, from myself, from life, that I end up frustrated when things do not go as I imagined. Tonight I give up that pressure. I don't want to sleep measuring if I did enough. I want to rest in your sovereignty, knowing that you see beyond what I reach, that you are left over, even in what I do not understand. I ask you to also bless my morning. Although it has not yet arrived, it is already in your hands. You know the details that I still do not know, and that gives me peace of mind. I don't have to plan it all tonight. I don't have to solve it now. I just have to rest, because you are not only the God of my present, but also of the future. If in the middle of sleep you hear my soul worry, stay close. If I wake up in the middle of the night, remind me that I can speak to you again, that I can say only Jesus, and your peace will come. That there is no time when you get tired of listening to me, that my heart can come to you over and over again, like a constant refuge, even between sighs. Today I also want to thank you for my growth, although I do not always notice it. Sometimes it seems to me that I am stagnant, that I do not advance. But if I look back, I see how you have transformed me. Maybe I am not who I want to be yet, but I am definitely not who I used to be. And that is the fruit of your work in me. Thank you for not letting go, for continuing to mold me with love. Thank you also for teaching me to rest. Before I thought that resting was wasting time, but now I see that it is part of your design, that the soul needs pauses to listen, that the heart needs to stop to heal, and that it is in rest that you often speak to me more clearly. Tonight, Lord, I want to hear that whisper that only reaches in silence. I also ask you, for those who share this night with me, even if they are far away, for those I love, and sometimes I do not say it enough, for those who are going through struggles that I do not know, visit them too. Lord, that tonight, in different beds, in different places, your presence covers them just like me. That we all sleep under the same sky, covered by the same love. Today I realized that some wounds are still open. Old memories, words that marked, decisions that hurt. I don't want to sleep clinging to that pain. I don't want what hurt me to end my nights. So I give them to you, Lord, one by one. Take them, change them for your peace. Please do not allow those wounds to turn into walls. Use them to bring me closer to you. Lord, if tomorrow I wake up with dark thoughts, remind me of this prayer. Remind me that I spoke to you tonight, that you heard me, that you covered me, that I am not alone. Help me start the new day with the memory of this intimacy with you. May it not fade with the light of the sun. May what you sowed today in me grow with strength. I give myself with confidence, as one who lets himself fall into a safe place, as a child who knows that his father is awake and watching. I do not have to understand everything. I do not have to solve everything. I just have to be with you. And if I am with you, then my soul is safe. Stay here, Lord, not as a visitor, but as the owner of this space, of this night, of my life. Thank you for making this prayer a refuge, for allowing the simple act of speaking to you to transform my night, for giving me a language of love that does not need formality. This conversation has healed me more than I imagined. It has been a balm for this restless soul that, at the end of the day, only wants to rest in you. And now, as the dream approaches like a slow and silent breeze, I let my last word be thank you. Thank you for being so faithful, so constant, so close. Thank you for being my peace. Good night. Lord, I sleep in your embrace. Lord, I hardly have the strength to speak, but I still have the desire to stay a little longer with you. It is like when one resists sleeping because the conversation is too good to end. This is how I feel tonight. My body is tired, my eyelids heavy, but my soul still wants to tell you a few more things before completely surrendering to sleep. I feel that this prayer has been a long hug, one of those that does not need explanation. You enveloped me without haste, without demands. You listened to me without correcting me, without interrupting me. You gave me space to be, to cry inside, to breathe deeply. How many times did I need this, and it did not stop me? Thank you for teaching me that being with you is not an obligation, it is a gift. Tonight you gave me the opportunity to empty myself, to let go of every thought, every weight, every emotion. I feel that I have been leaving piece by piece each load in your hands. And while I was doing it, something new was taking its place. Your peace, that which I do not know how to explain, but which I feel like a warm whisper inside me. Thank you, Lord, you are truly my safe place. I feel that everything has slowed down inside me. The rhythm of my thoughts, the tensions of the body, the emotions that were agitated a while ago. It is as if, in your presence, everything was aligned, as if the inner chaos found direction, as if darkness became dim light. I do not need more. I do not want more. I just want to stay like this a little longer, feeling that you are here. Thank you for your love that does not go out with my doubts, that does not withdraw when I feel far away, that remains firm when I am inconstant. You are the only one who does not change when everything else does. What a blessing to have you, Lord. How comforting to know that while everything in me can waver, you are still my firm rock. Father, there are places in my soul that I have not yet shown you completely. Dark corners, old fears, memories that I sometimes hide. Tonight, although I am about to sleep, I give you permission to enter there, not with judgment, but with your light, not to point out, but to heal. Come, enter where no one else has entered. Make of my interior a home worthy of your peace. I do not want this prayer to be just an emotional moment. I want it to become a sacred practice, something that comes back every night, that every day ends with you, not as a religious act, but as the most real meeting of my day. Teach me to build this holy habit, to talk to you when I close my eyes, and let you be the one who closes them with peace. Thank you for being in the simple, in the quiet breathing, in the rubbing of the sheets, in the constant beat that reminds me that I am alive. Thank you for everything I do not say, but you already know. For everything that I keep quiet, but you already see. For everything that I still do not give you, but that you already have in mind. How impressive it is to know that nothing escapes you. I also give you my emotions that still fluctuate. If tomorrow I wake up with sadness, help me to remember this moment of peace. If I return to anxiety, bring me back to tonight. Let this memory hold me when my thoughts rise like waves. Make this prayer a seed of balance, of comfort, of silent hope. Lord, how many times have you taken care of me without me knowing? How many dangers did you avoid while I was still alive? How many tears did you dry without me noticing that you held me inside? Thank you for being so discreet in your love, so constant, so patient. Tonight, I do not want to give up a single act of your kindness. I also ask you for those who tonight feel that they have no one, for those who lie down with a pillow full of tears. Visit them with tenderness. Lord, let them not spend this night without knowing that they are seen, loved, embraced by you. Use this same prayer as a bridge between wounded hearts and your eternal embrace. Thank you for accompanying me here, for not being silent when I strayed, for not fleeing when I doubted, for continuing to come every time I looked for you, and for staying even when I no longer knew how to continue praying. Stay a little longer, Lord, until the sleep takes me completely. Stay as a light lit in my soul. I feel that my soul is lying down before my body, as if something within me had already surrendered to rest. Thank you for that softness, for that peace that did not come from outside, but from your presence. It is as if you had clothed me with your mercy, as if you had whispered to me, I have control. Sleep quietly. And that, Lord, changes everything. This is what I ask of you, Lord, that you continue here, and even if my words cease, my spirit will continue in communion with you. I do not need to finish with great phrases. I just need to finish knowing that everything I am is in your hands, that I can sleep with the full confidence that you cover me. So now, Lord, I stop talking. Not because I don't want to anymore, but because I trust enough to let the silence take over. Good night, my God. Good night, my rest. Good night, my refuge. I am at peace because you are with me. Lord, it has been a long and beautiful conversation. It started with worries, with mixed thoughts, with an agitated heart. But now, after each word, after each delivery, after each silence between phrases, I feel that the soul has finally found rest. It is as if I had been emptying the worries into your lap one by one, and in the end I was left alone with your peace. What a perfect gift to close this day. I do not know if tomorrow I will remember each part of this prayer, but I know that you do. You have heard it all, like a father who sits at his son's feet and does not interrupt. Thank you for not being in a hurry. Thank you for even listening to what I did not know how to say. Tonight I discovered that I do not need great prayers to find you, only sincerity. And from that sincerity, I completely surrender to you. Maybe tomorrow will dawn with challenges. Maybe not everything is easy, but I know that at least today, I fell asleep trusting. I fell asleep knowing that I am not alone, that heaven is still active while I rest, that while my eyes close, there are angels sent, paths prepared, battles that no longer correspond to me, because you are fighting them for me. Thank you for showing me that resting is also faith, that sleeping with a calm heart is not irresponsibility, but trust in your power. This bed has become an altar. This night has become a temple, and this silence, full of your presence, is now a song of peace that soothes me more than any song. Lord, sometimes I feel that I do not advance, that my prayers do not change anything. But tonight I realize that if they change something, they change me. They empty me of the noise and fill me with you. And although the world does not change immediately, I can sleep differently, freer, lighter, more convinced that I am not alone on this journey. Before closing my eyes completely, I want to consecrate you my whole night. May my dreams be under your control. May there be no nightmares, no overlaps, no night worries. May the enemy have no access to my rest. May every thought be subdued to your peace. May every corner of this room be sealed by your Holy Spirit. If you decide to talk to me while I sleep, may my spirit be attentive. If you choose just to hug me silently, may it also receive it with gratitude. I do not need spectacular manifestations, just knowing that you are. And now that I know, I do not need more. Your presence is enough for me. This moment is enough for me. It is enough for me to know that you are here. Thank you for every breath, for every heartbeat that continues to mark the rhythm of my life, for everything you did today, and that I did not even notice. Thank you for the things that did not happen and that protected me without me knowing. You are such a detail-oriented God, so generous, so loving. I lie down with a grateful heart. Now I give myself to rest as an act of faith, as a child who sleeps without worrying about tomorrow, because he knows that his Father is awake, that everything that worries him is no longer his responsibility, but yours, that the only thing that corresponds to him is to surrender, take a deep breath, close his eyes, and trust. Thank you for teaching me that sleeping is not disconnecting, but trusting fully. that resting is not wasting time, but letting you take control, that a night of peace is not a luxury, but a promise of yours. Tonight, Lord, I embrace that promise and let myself be carried by it to the depths of sleep. If tomorrow I do not have answers, may I at least have peace. If I am not sure, may I at least have communion. And if something in me worries again, may this prayer serve as a reminder that rest does not depend on circumstances, but on your presence. You are my rest. You are my safe place. You are my peace. I close this day with my head held high, not for what I did, but for what you did in me. Because although not everything went perfectly, if I ended up in the best place, in your presence, and that is already victory, because everything that begins and ends with you is under the blessing of heaven. Thank you for staying. Thank you for covering me. Thank you for taking care of me while I sleep. Tonight, there are no pending prayers or words that are missing. Everything was said. Everything was delivered. Everything was healed. I sleep in peace, because the God who watches over me never sleeps. Good night, Lord, and thank you for being my beginning, my end, and my eternal rest. I trust in you. I breathe in you. I give myself to you. Amen.